Here with lead funk, jazz, and R&B band leader. I said lead already, but leader, Groove Masters, Charles Page. Charles, tell viewers the reason that we're speaking tonight.
Just wanted to let everyone know that Groove Masters is still busy. We've been really, really busy during the pandemic. Everybody asks how we, people always say, y'all playing? I'm like, yeah, we're playing. Probably like from March to June of last year, we didn't play any. But after that, we can play consistently, like a whole lot. So.
Oh, okay. So I have something. Of course, you knew I was going to ask that particular question. Everybody's asked that question.
Correct.
So, but first, I want to know before pandemic, before Groove Masters, what did you do? Who were you before then?
Well, I've been playing professionally for like 30 years. Wow. I'm originally from Washington, D.C. I went to Alabama State University. I left Alabama State. I got a job offer here to Charlotte in banking. So I moved here like in '98, working for Bank of America. And I still do banking, but I've always done music. So I'm like, you know what? I want to really focus more on my music as well as, I don't want to be a starving artist. So, so I still have my job and, I do music as well. So the music is like, I'm trying to balance both of them because the music is in demand. And I travel a lot, play a lot, which is great, so, so far I'm juggling both of them. So it's working out.
It is working out. And I like how you said music is a demand because when Groove Masters got started, and this is from an interview I read in Urban Times magazine, that you were in demand for an opener at CIAA in 2007. So correct. How did that come about?
Well, it's crazy. I didn't have a band, but I got a call from Coca-Cola. This guy named Clint Black called me. He was like the marketing director for the southeastern part of for Coke. And he said he called me at the house. I don't know how he got my number. He was like, "Hey man," called me like 11 o'clock. Said, "Man, I heard you got a band. We got this event coming on. Can you do it?" And I had played for a lot of artists and I was just coming off the road. So I was just kind of juggling, wanted to do something different. And just so happened, I told him, yes, I'll take the gig. So we took the gig and that's how I started. We did it. It was Dougie Fresh, Vivica Fox, Michael Jordan, Bob Johnson, like everybody in it, the who's who. And that's how we got started, so.
Okay, kudos to you. So what did you learn about managing a flourishing band from that point onward?
Well, a few things. I play with a lot of artists, and one of the major things that caused us to stop playing with that artist is money, basically. So I knew money, and I had to get some musicians or guys who believed into that dream that I had, and I saw, and I told them, I said, hey man, one thing, anybody's ever played for me, know that I handle business. We have people sign contracts. I pay the band musicians right then. It's not wait next week, I get you. Everybody that plays with me know I take care of business right then. So that's how I believe in handling business and keep guys committed. So
I like that you said that. Like, you pay, okay? Like, listen, we ain't interning. We're not gonna be an intern for 10 years, okay?
Correct. Yeah.
Now, how many members are there, and do you still have the original members from the group?
It's 6 of us. 2 of the original members passed.
Oh.
So yeah, they were actually my lead guitar player and a bass guitar player. Both of them passed like right around the same time. I think it's been like 3 or 4 years ago. Ron Smooth Brown was my lead. He passed, and then John Harvell was the original member. He passed a couple of months later. So I've always had other musicians and great relationships with other guys in town. So I had a couple of guys just filling in, and then once they passed, I just kind of brought them on. I said, hey, y'all want to be a part of this? And they was like, yes, because we already know you handle business. It's one thing. And, it's one thing when you're doing it for yourself, but when you got to take care of other guys and their families, it's a whole nother genre. It's like, okay, because it's not just about me. It's about making sure the guys are taken care of too. So.
Okay, I like that. So, what is the biggest lessons you learned through trial and error that serves you and has sustained you till this day?
Always speak to everybody, be down to earth. Don't think you're better than anybody. Show up for the gig, no matter how big or small, because word of mouth travels. Treat people with respect, dignity, and just give it all, give it your all, because you never know who's in the audience or who's watching or who's listening. You know,
That's
we
right.
played for, we did just one private event. It was 5 people in there. And, you know, it was the crazy part. We played, we had fun because we always get together, rehearse, you know, at my house. We have a nice time, but it was 5 people, but it was 5 promoters and we didn't even know it. You know, young lady invited us and it was 5 promoters and that kind of just took us, you know, to another level because they was like, man, y'all just committed and dedicated with 5 people, you know. So once the word got out, everything started opening up. So
then how the band do with just 5 people? Like, how do you, the first thing is when you're performing, it's bad enough when you have people walking around and doing the absolute most during your performance. So that's nerving enough. So performing for 5 people, what was your first instinct?
I was like, man, I was like, well, they paid us the, you know, the money. I'm like, okay, we don't care, you know, as long as the business part is good, you know, it's 5, 1, 2, you know, as long as they, you know, handle the business. So we know once we got there and played it, they stayed there. We had their attention, and they was like, "Man, when y'all gonna play again?" So we got, you know, got those 5, and they started telling everybody else, and that's how we kind of just started, you know. So I don't have a official booking agency. I'm signed with a couple companies, but everything is word of mouth. So it'll be what, 15 years, February. 15 years. We've been staying really, really busy and everything. And I have a couple of booking agencies here and there, but I'm not exclusive with anyone. So that's how we've been successful.
Wow. I know. I think I met you through, it was an event through Urban Times Magazine at the time you guys were performing. Band for sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I see you have performances lined up and you mentioned that in the beginning of the interview. What's new? What's going on?
We're at Smoking Barrel this Saturday. We play at Sullivan Steakhouse every other Thursday. So we're off next Thursday, but we'll be back on Sullivan's, and I think it's December 30th. We'll be at Sullivan Steakhouse from 6 to 9. We will be in Columbia at Shay's Lounge New Year's Eve. We're doing that venue. That's December 31st, Columbia, South Carolina, at Shay's Lounge. And then we got some other dates. I'm just trying to push the brand out. North and South Carolina, we play a lot, trying to go to Georgia, trying to get to Alabama. I'm from DC, trying to get up there, you know, at the East Coast. I've been fortunate enough played at the Apollo with some artists, you know, traveled the world, been overseas twice. So I'm trying to get my band to enjoy that, some of that experience I've experienced. I want them to experience as well.
How were you afforded the opportunity to play at the Apollo?
I was playing for an artist at the time. I said from DC. And the artist, he was like, "Man, I got a gig." I was like, "Okay." He's like, "It's in New York," and I was in high school when I did the Apollo. So I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm good." So we did the Apollo. It was cool. Sandman was there, the whole shebang. You know, we broke out some go-go. We ended up making it to the second round, I think. The first round we did good. Second round, it was some local competition, and we kind of got, you know, we didn't make it to the farther than that. So we made it to the second round. So. But it was a great experience to be able to play at the Apollo. So.
Well, who didn't want to play at the Apollo?
Like,
were you afraid you were going to get swept off the stage?
I was, definitely, yeah.
So, what is your favorite love song to perform?
No Rhyme, No Reason.
Why?
Because I met George Duke before he passed, had a great conversation with him, and real down to earth guy, real. And I love the song. And then when I actually met him in person and hung out with him, it really just kind of amplified my love for the song. So.
Now, do you consider yourself a funk band, R&B band, or a jazz band?
We're all of them, I think. I don't try to put myself in like one category, one box dimension, because you do that, you kind of, your work can be limited.
Facts.
You know, so even though you don't lose your identity, but you still have to have your own creative juices flowing, I guess, to make it successful and to make the music a part of your life, and and embrace the music.
Do you and the band members plan on making a CD? Have you ever made your own?
Yeah, we have 3 CDs out, actually.
Okay.
So yeah, we have 3 projects out. I don't have this somewhere. Oh, they're on the wall here. So as you can see, I don't have, but we have 3 projects out. We actually in the studio now doing a 4th project, and yeah, hopefully that'll be out next year. So look forward. This is going to be a totally different CD from the others. The first one was like a swing jazz. The second CD was a gospel jazz, and the third one was a funk jazz and a little bit of everything. I had brought some live horns in. So this 4th CD, it's gonna be everything. It's gonna be really, really nice because I'm bringing some friends in with this. So some of my friends that I played and toured with, I'm putting them on this album. So
that's what's up. So who's your favorite artist to open up for, or do you have a blazing memory that you can tell me about?
Let's see. We've done a lot. I'm a big Ledisi fan. I'm a big Robert Glasper fan. I love Snarky Puppy. I love Cassette Michelle, Jill Scott. So we've in gospel, we've done a lot of acts. I love everybody in gospel. The Clark Sisters, we've toured with them. In R&B, we toured with Reggie Calloway from Midnight Star. We've played and opened up for a lot of R&B artists and major gospel artists. And the reception that they gave us was really, really warm, and they encouraged us. And some of them, I still keep in touch with them. I have their contact numbers, and sometimes I do spot dates for them. So they call me, and there's nothing for me to jump on a flight Friday, go do the show Saturday, and turn around, come back Sunday, and go to work on Monday like nothing happened. So I really enjoyed that part. So.
And I'm glad you said something interesting. You've been playing since April of this year. What did you do?
No, we've actually we started playing. We've been playing June of last year. So when the pandemic happened, from March, the pandemic, I think our last gig was like March 11th. So we did March. We didn't play all the way till June of 2020. From June of 2020 to now, we've been playing, like 17 dates a month. So 17 gigs a month we've been playing, that much.
So here's another question in regards to the pandemic. And you mentioned you lost some band members. That was before the pandemic?
Yes.
Okay. So
but I lost a few musician friends as well. Wow. I lost, I think one of my best friends, he was a bass player out of Montgomery, Alabama, and we toured a lot. And he was like a brother to me. I've been knowing him for like 31 years, and he passed, and it was crazy. He died of COVID, and it was crazy because I talked to him a day before he passed, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm in the hospital. I'm gonna beat this thing. They found what he said, pneumonia in his lungs." He said, "But I have been in there for like a week, but I'm getting out." I said, "Okay." I said, "When you get out, hit me up." I was coming back from a gig, and we talked for like the whole 40 minutes while I was coming back on the road from a gig, and no coffee, no nothing. So we was just having a good time. I said, "Well, I'll talk to you later." He said, "Okay." His wife calls me. So this was Saturday night. His wife calls me Monday morning crying, like FaceTime. And normally, most of the time I do FaceTime, but I really don't do FaceTime that early in the morning. I'm at work, I'm just chilling. So she called me. I'm like, "Okay, let me answer it." I answered it, she was crying. And I was like, "What's up?" She was like, "He's gone." I'm like, "Who's gone?" And she was just in tears. She was like, "My husband, Boosie." I was like, "Huh?" I was like in disbelief because I had just talked to him Saturday night. And so that really took a toll. I had lost a lot of friends through pandemic, but that really kind of hit home because like I said, I've been knowing him for 31 years, fellow musician. I talked to him Saturday, he passed Monday. And that just kind of really made me put a lot of stuff in perspective, to cherish the people that are in your lives, never take anything for granted. And I ended up calling some people I hadn't talked to in years, just connecting with them to say, "Hey man, or hey sis, let's connect, let's do lunch, let's do something, I just want to make sure you're good." and it made me get my priorities together. So,
and then, and I know you've experienced a set of losses, quite a few. Did you remember the jazz diva, Tammy
yes,
Green?
Tammy Green.
Right. So a proper goodbye, if you could give a proper goodbye about the memories, with her, what would be a good old day for her?
She was, I remember a gig she gave us. We did I think it was a jazz festival at Freedom Park a few years ago. She gave us the opportunity to do that one. And she was just so down to earth, so cool. She was like, I heard about y'all. I want to know, can y'all actually do what this CD said? We had just released our last project. And she was like, the CD sounds good, but I don't believe it's y'all. I'm like, that's us, I'm like, she's like, no, everybody do stuff in the studio. I said, no. So we ended up playing. I had the whole horn section. So this particular time we was at the on stage at the park, and I had about 10 people on stage. I had like live horns, I had singers, everything. And after we played, she was like, oh my God. She said, y'all trying to hold out. She said, y'all sound better than the CD. And I was like, thank you. So she gave us a couple of the wine. She was doing a wine tour. She gave us a few of those. We played some of those with her. And just a great positive person. Had a lot of wealth of wisdom and connections, and didn't mind sharing it with you. So.
Wow, such a huge loss to the jazz arena in Charlotte. Now, as far as the group goes, what's an obtainable goal for the group that you plan to accomplish within the coming year?
Just expand our brand. I want to, like I said, we play a lot in North and South Carolina. I want to push this a little bit farther, do a lot more traveling. I'm in negotiations and talks with people now to do some stuff in Alabama, some stuff in DC, Virginia, Florida. So I'm just trying to connect the dots to make everything happen. So.
Okay, now, this is it's not a weird question. It's an honest question,
Okay.
With everything that's going on with COVID, everything moving further online, including performances. You have the verses and just people performing on internet or Instagram right from their living room. So how has that impacted music per se, or the sales?
It has enhanced it really well, because what the artists and everybody's doing, the virtual concerts, we've done a few of those here in Charlotte with Greg and them on the Jazz and Soul. We've done a few of those, but people knew us that we didn't know them. So it kind of pushed our brand out. So when we actually do come out to play, we have a lot of people like, man, I know y'all, I heard it, y'all sound good. And I'm like, okay, I'm usually good with faces. Names I'm horrible with, but faces, I'm like, I don't remember you. It's, I saw you on this virtual concert. I'm like, okay, cool. So, we get new fans and new followers from just a virtual concert. So I think we've done about 4 virtual concerts already. So
wow, that's impressive. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
So my next question is, like, with the music today, what do you think about jazz and funk as it's contemporary right now?
I see the envelope of jazz and funk being pushed to another level, because it's the creative, but it's so much stuff that you can hear and get your motivation off of. And there's so much stuff, like the tools and access to get to what you need to get, that, I just see the music scene is just, exploding with new ideas and new creativity from artists.
I like that answer. You're not gonna trick me into saying nothing crazy, lady.
Oh, no.
So I have 2 more questions.
Okay.
What is your favorite instrument to play?
Drums, of course. I'm the drummer, so yeah, the drums work. Yeah, the drums work, and I couldn't fold the computer around. I have a studio here, so you probably see everything if I turn the computer around. But yeah, my whole studio is here. We actually did the last album. We did it at my house here at my studio. So it kind of worked. I like that, and I like mentoring young artists too. A lot of artists come to me. I really like giving back, because what I learned, mine was trial and error. Nobody sat down and said, this is what you need to do. You need to do this, do this. Everything was kind of trial and error. And then once became to where it is now. Everybody like, oh man, y'all always been doing this. I'm like, no, it's a lot of pavement, beating the pavement, pushing your name, pushing your brand out there so people can know who you are, but still be respectable and, be approachable too. So
I'm glad you said that about trial and error, because I just started using the green room. I was like, why is my head disappearing and my hand
yeah.
looking crazy? But I like that you will go out and mentor people, because people, again, it's a price for everything. And what you're saying is, no, I don't want to see you go through what I went through. So if you stick with me, I'm gonna show you the ropes. So that's a good concept. Do you plan to have a class? Like, what else do you plan to do with this?
I haven't thought about that. That may be a good idea, but there's some guys I mentor now. I mentor like 5 guys. A lot of people don't know about me. It's 5. Actually, my drum students. I do private lessons here, and I have students. So somehow those students became like my adoptive sons. So I mentor them. We do a lot. We talk. We go on trips. We do music stuff. We go sporting events. It's just, I like the masses, but I like the individual person. I like that one-on-one. So you're able to be comfortable and nobody's judgment, no judgment zone. Because everybody learns differently. You may have one who exceeds, one is kind of all right, and the other one's kind of slow. You don't want to make the slow person who's not achieving as much feel bad. So all my lessons are one-on-one sessions, and I'm able to talk to them, and they really open up to me, and I'm like, okay, cool. So you need to get them grades together, give them a positive thing, positive outlook, tell them, we go to, I took them to Battle of the Bands when it was here. I took all of them there. So so that's kind of what we're doing. So
would you want to partner with other mentorship with your music?
I would, yes, I would. Okay.
And my real last question, I know I said I got 2 questions.
No problem. No problem.
So my last question is, tell viewers where they can follow you, download your music, and show up to your events.
You can follow us on Facebook, Groove Masters Band 07, Instagram and Facebook. And I'm gonna do something crazy. My band number is 980-888-5039. If you want to reach out to us, you can contact me daily. You'll talk to me, Charles Page, the founder, the drummer for the band as well. So we try to put everything out there that's current. And our music is on iTunes, Rhapsody, all the digital sites. So click on the Groove Masters Band. And I'm trying to look for my CD while I was talking to you. It's somewhere around here. Oh, here's one right here. So here is one. This is our last project called Keeping the Groove Alive.
Oh, hold it up a little bit. Okay.
So this is our last one. This is the one we did here at my house. Okay, so we recorded this whole thing. I brought live horn sections. Spoken word is on this. Singer on here. Everything. So this is our last project. So the next project is I already got the name. It's in design. I produce everything. So I produce it. So the vision, I see the vision. I don't mind spending the money, the potential. When it's yours, you put the hard work in and you reap the rewards. So
that part. So thank you so much for allotting me the time. Oh, my little green screen popped in. But it's been a blast. And can people get that music off of, are you on Pandora, Spotify?
Yes, we should. Yeah, we're on all the digital sites. Yes. So it's Groove Masters, Keeping the Groove Alive. We on I think they even got it on YouTube, I think, too. So if you want to hear the tracks, I think YouTube has it as well. So this one and the last, Elements of Groove. I'm looking on the wall because I got, I keep my music on the wall, kind of, it keeps me humble, too. So I'm like,
I love it. So thank you so much. And that's a wrap.